Let's get specific about nuts and seeds, because the general advice to include them doesn't capture the nuanced differences between varieties or the optimal strategies for incorporating them effectively. Both Mediterranean and DASH patterns emphasize nuts, and the research supporting their benefits is extensive, but implementation matters more than people realize. The nutritional profiles vary significantly among nuts. Walnuts stand out for omega-3 content, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, making them particularly valuable for people who don't eat fish regularly. Almonds provide exceptional vitamin E and magnesium. Pistachios have been specifically studied for blood pressure reduction and contain high levels of potassium. Brazil nuts are extraordinarily rich in selenium. Just 2 nuts provide your daily requirement, which is why you shouldn't overconsume them. Hazelnuts, pecans, and cashews each offer distinct nutrient profiles. The recommended intake is about 1 to 2 ounces daily, which translates to roughly a quarter cup or a small handful. This might seem like a lot calorie-wise, we're talking 160 to 320 calories, but remember these are replacing other fats and proteins, not adding on top of everything else. The satiety factor is significant. Nuts are so filling that people naturally compensate by eating less of other foods. The raw versus roasted debate has some merit but is often overblown. Raw nuts preserve heat-sensitive nutrients and avoid added oils and salt. However, dry roasted nuts without added ingredients are nearly as nutritious and often more palatable. The bigger concern is avoiding heavily processed nuts, honey-roasted, candied, or coated varieties that add significant sugar and turn a healthy food into something closer to candy. Portion control is the practical challenge. Nuts are easy to overeat because they're delicious and energy-dense. Pre-portioning is the most reliable strategy. On Sunday, divide a large container into individual servings using small bags or containers. When you reach for nuts, you're grabbing a pre-measured amount rather than eating from an open container, which inevitably leads to overconsumption. Timing considerations can optimize the benefits. Some research suggests eating nuts before meals enhances satiety and reduces overall meal intake. Including nuts at breakfast provides sustained energy and helps stabilize blood sugar throughout the morning. As snacks, nuts are superior to typical processed options and prevent the energy crashes that come from high-glycemic snacks. The variety rotation strategy maximizes nutritional diversity and prevents boredom. Monday might be almonds, Wednesday walnuts, Friday a mixed blend. This approach ensures you're getting the distinct benefits of different nuts, rather than just eating the same type repeatedly because it's what you bought in bulk. For people with nut allergies, which are serious and increasingly common, seeds provide alternatives. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds offer similar healthy fats, minerals, and some protein. They don't replicate nuts exactly but can fill a similar dietary role. The research on specific nuts for specific conditions is intriguing. Walnuts consistently show benefits for cognitive function and may reduce inflammation more effectively than other nuts. Almonds have been specifically studied for blood sugar control and cholesterol reduction. Pistachios appear particularly effective for blood pressure management. If you have specific health goals, you can emphasize the nuts that research suggests might be most beneficial for that condition. Storage matters because the fats in nuts can go rancid. Keep them in airtight containers in cool, dark places. For long-term storage, freezing nuts preserves their quality. Rancid nuts have an off, bitter taste and smell, and consuming rancid fats isn't beneficial. The bottom line is that regular nut consumption represents one of the most consistent dietary predictors of longevity and reduced cardiovascular disease. Making nuts a daily habit through strategic portioning, variety rotation, and mindful incorporation into meals and snacks provides benefits that extend far beyond just their calorie and nutrient content. They're genuinely protective foods when consumed appropriately.